David Hogg, the Parkland student, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas student who was front and center at the March for Our Lives, is now going toe-to-toe with a Fox News host, Laura Ingraham. We told you, we did do this. Did we do this yesterday? Was it
we did too. Well,
show?
I don't remember. We broke the story. We did a story.
We talked about David, right, and the fact that
we had a concept that maybe all these colleges were soliciting these guys, the leaders, because, you know, they have a future. I mean, these guys want to make things happen and change things, and that's something colleges look at. And then we interviewed David and found out that he had been rejected from a bunch of schools, including UCLA, and they didn't really consider this, apparently, even at the last minute. So we put him on our website. We put him on this show.
Right, and that story caught the attention of a lot of people, among them Laura Ingraham, the Fox News host. And she had a different take on this. She tweeted.
She called him whiny.
Yeah, said that David Hogg was whining about getting rejected by these colleges. Dinged by UCLA with a 4.1 GPA, totally predictable given acceptance rate.
So, look, he was not whining. I called him, and he didn't. Well, he did the opposite of whining. He was saying, "I don't care. I'm going to change the world." Now, you may say that's arrogant or whatever, but it ain't whining.
Well, there was a ton of response once Laura tweeted. A ton of people responded to that, and David himself felt he needed to respond and defend himself. As we said, I mean, we know that he wasn't whining because we're the ones who contacted him about that story. And in fact, what he said to us was the exact opposite.
Yeah, he was
whining.
just the opposite. So anyway, so it turns out that David got pissed off apparently last night and called for a boycott of her sponsors, the advertisers on the show.
Yeah, he tweeted out the top 12 advertisers for her show. You know, Nestle, I believe, is on there, AT&T, a bunch of big-time things. Already, TripAdvisor was actually the first big one to say they came forward and said they will no longer be advertising with her, and a lot of the ones on his list has followed suit.
I got to say, David is pretty savvy when it came to going to war with his. I mean, he realized, I'm going to look at their advertisers. He tweeted that out, and then he said, and it even mentioned the word cyberbullying. He asked, why are you supporting someone who is cyberbullying?
So 3 sponsors have kind of gone by the wayside, and now Laura Ingraham has apologized.
Yeah, she says that she tweeted out an apology this morning and said, look, any student should be proud of a 4.2 GPA, including David Hogg. On reflection, in the spirit of Holy Week, I apologize for any upset or hurt my tweet caused him or any of the brave victims of Parkland. And she went on to say that, you know, she had David, she was the first to have David
to put David on the show.
Don't forget, guys, this is the same Laura Ingraham that told the likes of LeBron James to shut up and dribble and
she
never
didn't get a lot
apologized.
of attention for that.
So for her to apologize is a big deal.
It is a big deal. It is a big deal. And
I think David made his point with her, and she saw that and decided she would apologize.
So it will be interesting to see if anything happens on the college front with David, but this kid knows how to move the needle.
Right.
I mean, that's
what you would think maybe colleges would recognize that also.
Hi, guys. This is Natasha Alicia out of Douglasville, Georgia, and I think David Hogg should have several seats because it's wrong for someone to use their platform to try to censor someone for using their First Amendment right of freedom of speech. She wasn't cyberbullying him. She was stating her opinion. And I don't think she should have apologized because it's like nowadays everybody gets hurt, you get all in their feelings if they don't like what you say, and then they want to accuse you of harassment or cyberbullying. I think she was giving her opinion, and she's entitled to do that, especially as a reporter. And he shouldn't have used this platform and used the word cyberbullying to try to censor her.
There are definitely 2 sides to this.
Yes, at least.
Absolutely.